Kyle is really heartbroken.
How this connects back to Kyle's own past. Why use it for weight loss if it wasn't, prescribed for a medical need?
Kyle feels Sophia might be sort of succumbing to the pressures of the industry.
Bethenny Frankel. Big news. She's decided pretty suddenly to move to Florida. On the morning of March 19th, moving wasn't even on her radar.
Wow.
And by that evening, it was happening. Something must have really triggered it.
Kristen Doute stepping in.
Yes. She publicly defended Scheana Shay. This was after Lisa Vanderpump made some comments about Scheana's memoir. Mauricio Umansky photographed kissing mystery women out there. Some thought it was Bethenny from Selling Sunset.
Yeah, their daughter Sophia Umansky put videos on TikTok. Snake in the House. Southern Charm Season 11 has started filming.
Yes. Cameras were spotted at Madison LaCroix's baby shower over the weekend.
So who was there? Any surprises? Didn't she announce she was leaving the show? Some slightly worrying news for Dorit Kemsley and PK.
Right. They just sorted out that foreclosure scare, and now there's potentially more trouble.
But apparently that LLC has been suspended by the Franchise Tax Board. Foreclosure could be back on the table.
Yikes.
Ashley Jacobs.
What's she up to?
She posted a throwback photo on social media with her ex, Thomas Ravenel. Seems like they found a way to coexist peacefully. Right, Dr. Tiffany Moon. Reflecting on Real Housewives of Dallas getting canceled.
She confirmed they actually filmed test footage with new people.
Yep, 3 potential new housewives. Okay, let's get into the news about Kyle Richards and her daughter, Sophia Umansky. In this video, we'll be talking about these reports that Kyle is, really heartbroken.
And worried, apparently, because her daughter Sophia, who's 25, has supposedly been using Mounjaro.
Exactly, the diabetes medication, but for weight loss.
And what's really key here, or seems to be, is how this connects back to Kyle's own past.
Right.
Her own struggles with anorexia. It's not just, general motherly concern. It sounds like it's informed by her lived experience.
Absolutely. That definitely adds a whole different dimension to it. And Sophia herself has been, pretty open about some of it. She mentioned on TikTok, I think, that she's been experiencing hair loss pretty noticeably.
Yeah, and she connected it herself to using Mounjaro.
And you can imagine how alarming that side effect would be for anyone.
Yeah, and her explanation is interesting, too. She seems to think it's maybe because the weight loss was so fast.
Right, that and maybe not getting enough vitamins and protein. That was her take on it.
Which does lead you to consider the whole picture, like why use it for weight loss if it wasn't, prescribed for a medical need, leading to that side effect.
Exactly. And the report suggests Kyle feels Sophia might be sort of succumbing to the pressures of the industry.
Ah, right. The pressure to be extremely thin.
Yes. A world Kyle knows inside out, obviously. And there's this feeling, reportedly, that the women around them are always comparing themselves to this very specific LA model type.
Like a Sizeo ideal.
Seems like it. Something often seen as just unattainable or unhealthy, perhaps.
And growing up with cameras around all the time, like Kyle's kids did, that must amplify everything, right? All the scrutiny about appearance.
Oh, absolutely. It puts everything under a microscope.
There's another layer to Kyle's reported feelings. Apparently, alongside the worry, she's also kind of proud. Proud that Sophia is being so upfront about the side effects.
Huh. Okay, I can see that. Like maybe it'll help others.
That seems to be the hope, yeah. That by sharing her negative experience, Sophia might make other people think twice before using these drugs just for weight loss, especially with unknown long-term effects.
So it's like concern for her daughter, but also seeing a potential positive in her honesty?
It's a complex mix, isn't it? Concern, but also recognizing the value in transparency, a desire for more awareness, maybe?
And Sophia's TikTok, apparently she went into it a bit, said she'd been using Mounjaro for, what?
4 months, yeah. And the dramatic hair loss, as she put it, started more recently, like in the last 3 weeks to a month before she posted.
She even showed the hair she was losing, apparently.
And again, her own theory was the rapid weight loss plus maybe nutritional gaps. She mentioned trying to fix it with diet, getting more vitamins, more protein.
Which grow active, I suppose.
Yeah.
But it definitely got people talking online.
Oh, I bet.
Lots of comments were apparently expressing concern, asking why she felt she needed it in the first place. Some people saying she already looked, super thin.
Right. That perception issue again. And questions about whether talking about using these drugs this way might inadvertently promote unhealthy body image ideals or even disordered eating.
Yeah, worries about it almost promoting anorexia, some comments suggested.
It brings up that whole complex dynamic of social media, reality TV, and body image, how we see ourselves, how we see others, and what influences those perceptions.
And it really does all seem to loop back to Kyle's history. She was so open on the show, feeling she weighed under 100 pounds at one point, her restrictive eating as a teenager.
Yeah.
It gives you such a clear context for her worry now.
Definitely. She understands that struggle from the inside. That intergenerational aspect is really quite striking here.
Okay, following that, some slightly worrying news for Dorit Kemsley and PK.
Right. RHOBH. They just sorted out that foreclosure scare, and now there's potentially more trouble with their house.
Seems like it. Reports say they might lose the $6 million home because of alleged tax debt. So the issue seems to be with the LLC Dorit used to buy the house back in 2019.
To keep finances separate.
Exactly. But apparently that LLC has been suspended by the Franchise Tax Board. An attorney, Ronald Richards, commented that this is a bad symptom.
Suspended? Why?
Likely due to the alleged unpaid back taxes. And Richards explained that a suspended LLC can itself trigger a loan default, even if the mortgage payments are current.
Oh, okay. So it's not just about missing mortgage payments. The entity owning the house being in trouble is enough.
Precisely. So to fix it, they'd need to pay any back taxes owed to get the LLC back in good standing. If not, foreclosure could be back on the table.
Yikes. That's stressful. It does seem like there have been financial questions swirling for a while. Didn't they try to sell the house not long after buying it?
They did, yeah. It suggests maybe things have been tight for some time. PK posted something recently on Instagram about still becoming amidst their split. Trying to stay positive, I guess.
Well, positivity might not pay the tax man. We've seen similar financial struggles play out on these shows before, haven't we?
Unfortunately, yeah. It's a recurring theme sometimes.
Tiffany Frankel. Big news. She's decided pretty suddenly to move to Florida. She actually went on TikTok and talked about it.
Oh, really? What'd she say?
Well, she mentioned that on the morning of March 19th, moving wasn't even on her radar.
Wow.
And by that evening, it was happening. Something must have really triggered it.
That's incredibly quick. So she sold her place up north?
Yeah, sold her home, bought one in Florida, all inside 5 weeks. But she did keep her New York apartment.
Ah, okay. So not a total severing of ties.
No. And she explained that her old place, that massive property in New York, was she said it was drowning her. Especially since it was just her and her daughter. She pictured it differently, like family, entertaining.
But it turned out to be isolating instead. I get that. Even on a smaller scale, that feeling of a space not matching the life stage.
Totally. She even made this reference, saying she felt like Macaulay Culkin in Home Alone, just rattling around. And she did touch on some deeper stuff, too. Mentioned going through a breakup, her mother passing away. It's been a tough couple of years for her.
Right, that's a lot to handle.
And she hinted that something was affecting her daughter, too, and sort of realizing that helped her be honest about her own feelings and actually make the move.
So it sounds like the personal reasons were maybe the bigger driver than the professional, her daughter's well-being, her own feeling of isolation.
Seems like it. A fresh start, turning the page after all that upheaval.
Yeah. It's interesting she shared it so openly, though. Why do you think she did that on TikTok and everything?
Good question. Maybe trying to, control the story. Or maybe just trying to be relatable about tough times.
Could be. So next update we have about the Vanderpump Rules world. Kristen Doute stepping in.
Yes. She publicly defended Scheana Shay. This was after Lisa Vanderpump made some comments about Sheena's memoir.
Right. Lisa basically suggested Scheana was just trying to sell books.
She said she's spilling a lot of tea about you.
About me?
Yes.
Oh, good Lord. Well, that's probably just to sell the book because she hasn't got anything else to say. Do you know what I mean?
Lisa's comments on Watch What Happens Live definitely ruffled feathers. It's interesting how quick people are to push back against Lisa now.
It really is. What do you think Kristen's reaction says about how people view Lisa now? Is the, power dynamic shifting?
I think maybe that fear factor isn't what it used to be. Kristen, she didn't mince words, called Lisa's comments an ego response on Instagram.
Wow, okay.
And said she was proud of Scheana for speaking her truth.
And Scheana replied, I love you. Speaks volumes about that support.
It does. That immediate public solidarity is fascinating. Kristen calling out Lisa, even with Lisa's, continued influence. It suggests alliances are changing, or maybe people just feel freer to speak up.
Maybe it's just a sign of the times in reality TV. Individual voices getting stronger.
Could be, yeah. Lisa Vanderpump also posted on her Instagram.
Oh, about what?
About the cyberbullying directed at the cast of her new show, Vanderpump Villa.
Yeah, I saw something about that.
She was pleading with fans, saying uplift, not tear down, reminding people they're human beings with real feelings.
The irony wasn't lost on some people in the comments, was it? Pointing out Lisa's own on-screen moments.
Exactly. It highlights that tricky line, right? Viewers want drama, but then it spills into real-world harassment. Where does the responsibility lie?
That's the million-dollar question. Do the stars have a duty to, manage their fans' behavior online?
It's tough. They have influence, for sure, but people are ultimately responsible for their own actions.
Okay, shifting gears now. Let's talk Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Mauricio Umansky, photographed kissing, mystery women out there, all happening while he and Kyle Richards are separated.
Well, that's bound to get people talking, isn't it?
Yeah.
Especially in a public place like Palm Springs during festival season. Makes you wonder if it's like intentional signaling, a new chapter.
Could be. We saw reports, Dumois, page 6, one sighting at a place called the Red Barn, another time kissing a brunette woman.
And the internet detectives went wild trying to figure out who they were.
Oh, yeah. Some thought it was Bray-Tisi from Selling Sunset.
Right, but wasn't she apparently in Greece?
Seems like it.
And speaking of their house in Palm Springs, that's another less dramatic incident.
The snake?
Yeah, their daughter, Sophia Umansky, put videos on TikTok. Snake in the house.
Caused a bit of chaos, apparently. Kyle even called Mauricio for help.
Which is interesting, right? Given the separation. Still the go-to guy for snake removal.
Apparently so. Sophia shared Kyle saying something like, "You're the only one with a penis around here. Get here and make yourself useful."
Oh my gosh. Okay, that's kind of funny.
That's a bit of humor, yeah. Turned out it was just a gopher snake, not dangerous.
But what does that little moment tell you about where they are post-separation?
It suggests maybe there's still some kind of functional bond. Like in a household crisis, old roles kick in.
Yeah, maybe. Habits die hard. Southern Charm Season 11 has started filming.
Yes. Cameras were spotted at Madison LaCroix's baby shower over the weekend.
Always a good place to start filming. Brings everyone together. So who was there? Any surprises?
Well, the usual suspects. Patricia, Austin, Shep, Molly O'Connell, Rodrigo Reyes, Sally Carson.
Okay.
But Leva Bonaparte was there?
Leva. Didn't she announce she was leaving the show?
That's what makes it interesting. So was the exit not final or just a special occasion? Also, Madison Simon was there. Haven't seen her since season 7.
Huh. Leva's presence is definitely a question mark. And Madison Simon, back in the mix, could shake things up.
Could indeed. And another potential shakeup, Corey Kiefer from Winter House was there too.
Oh, okay. Seen hanging out with Craig?
Yep, photos with Craig and Ryan Albert. So naturally, rumors are flying. Is he joining the cast?
Makes sense. Given his friendship with Craig, could be a guest spot, could be more. Always interesting when Bravo does these crossovers.
Do you think those crossovers generally work well for keeping things fresh?
I think they can, yeah. Okay, nearly there. Quick update from a former Southern Charm face, Ashley Jacobs.
Oh, Ashley. What's she up to?
She posted a throwback photo on social media with her ex, Thomas Ravenel.
Thomas, really? After how intense things were on the show?
Yep. She noted that after 8 years of knowing him, they're still friends.
Well, that's an evolution. Good for them, I guess.
She's moved on, moved to California, married, has a family now. Seems like they've found a way to coexist peacefully. The show amps up conflict, so seeing friendship later can be, well, unexpected.
Okay, and our last piece of news takes us back to Dallas. Tiffany Moon.
Right, Dr. Tiffany Moon. Reflecting on Real Housewives of Dallas getting canceled.
Yeah, fans were definitely bummed about that. So what were her thoughts? Why did it get the axe?
She said she doesn't know the exact reason, didn't ask, but she speculated. Her guess was that the potential cast for season 6 just wasn't melding just right.
Ah, chemistry issues. She confirmed they actually filmed test footage with new people.
Yep, 3 potential new housewives. She knew 2 of them. It's interesting getting that peek behind the curtain, isn't it? Cast chemistry is everything for housewives.
Totally. If the magic isn't there, the network might pull back. So would she ever go back if they did a reboot?
She said she'd be open to it now. Wouldn't have been right after cancellation, but she's open now with one condition.
What's the condition?
That most of the women she filmed with before wouldn't be part of it.
Ooh, okay. Shots fired. Or just wanting a different vibe.
Probably a bit of both.
Yeah.
She did specifically say she would film with DeAndre Simmons. So she's willing, but wants a specific dynamic, it seems.
Interesting. So maybe there's hope for RHOD fans. She also mentioned that Married to Medicine Dallas idea again, right?
She did. Thinks it would be a great fit, obviously, being an anesthesiologist. Joked she could cast it in 10 minutes.
I bet she could. And she's got other things going on, too.
Yeah, a new podcast with Dr. Nicole Martin from RHOM called From Scrubs to Stilettos. And a new book, Joy Prescriptions. So she's definitely keeping busy.
Good for her. Okay, so that's a lot of updates we've gone through.
Yeah, quite the tour. So we really encourage you, if you want to keep up with all this.
Yeah, definitely subscribe to Real Tea TV and hit that bell icon so you don't miss our future deep dives. We get into all the stories shaping reality TV.
For sure.
Thank you for watching this video. See you tomorrow.